I'm a pretty useless human being. I have this phrase that I use constantly, which is stay in my lane, which is something I picked up from a Gary Vee video, but it really resonated with me. I cannot cook. I cannot cook at all. I can't do DIY. None of this is me. This is my girlfriend's work. And embarrassingly, but genuinely, I don't even know how to use a washing machine. I'm socially awkward and I love it when people come up and say hi in the street, but I'm also hyper aware of this, so if you do, I'll probably give you a big hug and accidentally say something offensive. When Ella, my girlfriend, moved into this flat with me, I had 3 curtains in the bedroom. And when she asked me why I'd only got 3 curtains in the bedroom, I was like, give me a chance. I've only just moved in 4 years ago. So I'm pretty unbalanced. Whilst everyone else was learning life skills like how to use an airport, which I only learned to do about a year ago, I was playing bass and building bands. But one thing I learned early was if you can build a band, you can build a business. Having built originals bands and covers bands that play Disco Inferno and I Will Survive and Mr. Brightside 3 times a week in every pub and club in the whole country, but also having built a multi-million-pound business is more similar than you'd think. Sure, there's more people, there's more components, there's more systems, but it boils down to the same thing. Product, advertising, marketing, people management, customer service, it's the same thing. Recruitment. If I can find a pop punk drummer who drives and lives in Milton Keynes and is prepared to be in a band and play for free, I can certainly find a sales manager who's prepared to work for a salary and commission. Creative thinking. Musicians are some of the best creative thinkers in the world, finding ways around problems. And if you don't believe me, just watch 2 musicians trying to get a full band backline in the back of a Vauxhall Corsa. That is some end-level Tetris shit. Debt collection. Getting paid on time. Well, try dealing with venues and promoters who didn't get as many people through the door as expected, but you know that you've got to get to Hull by tomorrow on that 50 quid and they better pay you. Dealing with complaints. Yeah? Try dealing with hecklers who are drunk, calling you shit because you don't know the words to Come On Eileen when you are a credible metal band. Dealing with budgets. Try living off £57.90 job seekers allowance per week when there's no gigs because it's January and February, but your bass strings are fucked, so you've got to boil them in vinegar. Time management. How about driving through the night because you've got to get to a gig and then sleeping in the day after sound check when everyone thinks it's so rock and roll, but the reality is all you've had to eat is a Ginster's pasty and 2 Monster energy drinks. Problem solving. How many of you guys have snuck in the 4th or even 5th member of a band into the travel lodge when you're on tour because the room only holds 3 people? And that is if you've got 3 beds and not that pull-out tray thing without the bed in it and you've got to sleep in a tray. Competitive nature. I have never lost a race to a sat-nav, and what I mean by that is when it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I've just packed up all the gear and we've got 3 hours to get home and you punch into the sat-nav the address and it gives you that little time, I've never lost that race. And lastly, sales. Sales? Have you ever tried selling something that's free? Musicians do this every day. Selling something that's literally free. That is sales genius. So the moral of the story is transferable skills. I believe that every musician should build and run a band, covers or originals, because it can set you up for life. And whilst you're doing something that you love, you're also learning about social media and advertising and marketing and people management and just being professional. You aren't just building a band, you are building skills for life. So now is the time to get stuck in and experiment and fail and learn by doing, because you will be glad of these lessons later in life. Guys, I was so overwhelmed by the response of the video I put out this week. It's made a massive difference to me, helping me get my mojo back, and now I'm more excited than ever to bring you content, but I want to do it in this new style of way. In fact, I've got a bunch of new ideas that me and Mr. Morgan M. James are working on, so watch this space. But thanks for sticking with me. Like and subscribe. See you guys soon.